Talking to your ex? You think it's a better idea? Hear this out. It's funny, the idea of remaining friends with our former partner occurring to us. Some crazy teeny weeny moments where the lingering thoughts of getting around our ex sounds like the most pleasing thing in the world. Even if it's just for a few minutes. Relationships are complicated. Sometimes you choose whom you want to be with. Sometimes it's your emotions running haywire with this one person whom your heart beats for. Sometimes it's kind of cool and cute. Sometimes it's heartbreaking. Either way, you had made your decisions to be close to this one particular person, to share your pains and pleasures, to offer your heart and your body and your vulnerability. But good things fall apart, don't they? What next? It's kinda a roller coaster ride, a relationship, but in the end, you're left in that one trance where your mind is basically unstable no matter how your ride was. Now, breakups are an expansive topic, and they happen for a lot of reasons. You could have broken up mutually. Why? Probably because you weren't making it, I guess. You both were uncomfortable. What next? You'd go days without conversations, or you keep talking. That's a very emotion driven decision. It's barely logical. You can keep talking, but would you be able to move on when he keeps talking and reminding of the old days? Can you contain yourself knowing he's with someone else and not you? You could choose not to talk. You could choose to go back to being strangers. But do you think it do you good? I know. It is rather confusing. What if the breakup wasn't mutual? What if he left you without a note? What if he's with someone else and you don't have him anymore? Now, here, it's strongly advised not to communicate. Take your time, get drunk, party, do things that get you diverted. Forget him for a bit. What next? You're over him? Would you ping him? What if someone else picks it up? What if he's forgotten you as a whole? Would you take those risks? It's all too easy to blame it on situations and time. But what if you were the toxic element? I tried not to be blunt here. Think about it. Did you give your relationship an adequate and healthy amount of time? Did you understand him well? Did you make your points clear while taking his points into account as well? Did you care about him as much as he deserves to be cared for? Did you make it work? If not, take your time. Sort out your mistakes. Sometimes these mistakes happen unknowingly, and especially in first-timers. He'd walk away eventually knowing his love isn't reciprocated. But you'd still be broken because you know it's your fault. Would you talk to him knowing it's you who was responsible all this time? In either way, it's entirely on you. You can keep talking, you can just forget. What I believe is healthy? Perhaps forgetting and moving on is better. You could text him again, but at some point of time when whatever he does won't hurt you anymore. When your feelings for him are gone and you're healed. But it also depends on the person. If your partner was toxic and unfeeling, bro, you're just being desperate. And that's not good. If you were actually a thing, it still hurt a bit. And sometimes It isn't healthy for the current relationship you're in. It leads to toxicity and arguments, and the feeling of being left again, and mental instability. Do you think you can cope with this? You're taking a chance. Make a rational one at least. Don't take a chance that's gonna hurt you. Because it's your decision in the end. If you see his notification pop up, it's on you whether you ignore it or whether you reply. But you need to know if it's worth it. After all this time, if it's worth the pain you got in the post-breakup phase. Is it worth everything that fell apart? If yes, just do it. Take your chances. You don't have to lose another person in your life. But if not, just don't. I know it's gonna be hard, but you need to compose yourself. It's okay to let someone else love you. It's okay to be a bit selfish because that's how humans are. It's okay to run away from being hurt without being toxic.